This is Icon of the Seas, room 4668, which is an accessible ocean view room. This is the unpacked version so that you can see what this room looks like when it is lived in. And the main reason why I wanted to show you guys this is because you will notice a couple of things right off the back. This room has a sitting couch versus a regular sofa bed, which you will normally have in the other accessible rooms that are like ocean view balcony or any of the other type of balconies. Typically you will have a sofa instead of the chair, but in this room you have a chair. Some of the interior rooms also may have the same thing. It is kind of cool that you have this little perch right here for your ocean view window. And there's one more super cool feature I'm going to show you before I give you the full room tour. That is in the bathroom where they listened. Notice how the drain is here and here. What that means on the Icon class ships is that water gets all over the floor. But in this room, it has this barrier. Now, when I was on Star of the Seas and my previous Icon of the Seas balconies, they did not have this. So hopefully from the surveys and complaints, they went ahead and added that, and it is much needed now. Let's come back out and let me show you the room. For starters, you have your controls, your room controls right here for temperature, lighting. So you have different mood lighting, which is very, very nice. Movie, it dims it even further. And we're going to go back up. Also, you have the temperature. This is also available on your phone. On your phone in the app, it has a stateroom icon. If you go to the icon, it says room and television. You can control the television. You can turn the power on, off, turn the volume and the volume and channels up and down, and do whatever it is you like. Icon class does not have streaming, so no streaming available. You have your emergency call button. You also have your manual light switches right here as well. And then you have your door. This is how you open the door. So it's wide enough and stays open long enough for a scooter or wheelchair to come in, being hands-free. And on the outside, when you tap your room key right there, it also does auto open. Now it's closing, so you see just how long it takes for that door to open and close. You have a full-length mirror behind it. Unlike the traditional rooms on Icon, this does not open for additional storage. Speaking of storage, you have these 4 shelves here, and you have 2 USB outlets right here. On some of the balcony rooms, you also have a long shelf. So that's missing in the ocean view room. However, this room has a tray table, which is nice. So if you want to use it as extra storage, like as you see we have, or if you're eating on the bed, you can do that. These beds are lowered, so because they're lowered in this room, you do not have the space to put your luggage underneath. There's no clearance. Typically in regular rooms and a lot of the accessible rooms on other ships, there is clearance, but on the Icon class, the beds are lower than the accessible rooms, so you do not have the storage space under the bed. But there is enough space in the room. As you can see, it gets a little bit more cluttered, but you can put your luggage there and still have space for wheelchair or scooter here, wheelchair or scooter on this side of the bed also, and in front of the television. So plenty of space for mobility. This is a roll-up desk right here. Desk just has your paperwork. It is a smaller and shortened desk, so you're losing storage space. If you need a medication refrigerator like we did, then you're also losing your 120 volt outlet right here. So you would want to pack a universal adapter that has a 120 volt outlet so that you can go ahead and have an additional space, because that medication refrigerator is going to take up all that space. Then you do have the 2 USB outlets. There is a second, just one of them, 120 volt plug here. So in this video, I'm also going to talk about what I packed and actually used. So you have another call button here. I definitely had to bring this because I needed the charging station, because as you saw, there is very limited space. There is another outlet over by the bed here, but it is USB only. You only have one nightstand that has shelf space. So you have a nightstand on the other side, but there's no shelf space over here. So again, you lost storage space. We brought the magnetic hooks, which as you can see, we used in multiple places. That's for the hats there against the wall. I used it for the robe, for my purse. I did use this bag going around the ship at the ports. That came in very handy. We have the laundry bag. It got used. We did laundry because we're Diamond Plus, so we get free laundry. We're waiting on that to come back, but we had to use the hooks. We're at Coco K today, so his shirt got wet, so it's hanging because tomorrow we're back in Miami, and like I said, we already did laundry, so we need that. Your refrigerator, your mini fridge is indeed a refrigerator. It does get cold. I would still get the medication refrigerator because even though it gets cold, the bottled water, while it got cold from room temperature, it was colder and coldest in the medication refrigerator. So we stored the medication refrigerator over here versus over here, but this does get cold. In the closet, you see that you do have the grab bar to bring this down. And this is where your hangers are at. But this is all your storage space. You have one long shelf where I had to keep everything in my packing cubes because there just honestly is no space. Then you have the 2 baskets, but look at how much the baskets fit. It'll fit maybe 2 of the packing cubes, and that's it. And this one, let's see, he has just the 1 packing cube in here. So and even that lengthwise is pretty short. So you're not gonna, don't look at the baskets in this shelf area and think, oh, I've got a lot of space in here, because you really don't. And where it becomes important, your safe is down here. Where this becomes important is for Legend of the Seas in particular. Your blow dryer is here, and it does come out, and it even has an attachment. I don't think I've ever seen that. So it does have this attachment here. But when Legend of the Seas heads to the United States, it's doing a transatlantic. So think of this storage as the space you're going to have on Legend for 14 days and 2 people or 4 people. Don't have a lot of storage space. You do have 2 hanging hooks here. And then again, medication refrigerator is taking up a lot of space on the desk. This, you would kind of have to use as storage. It was a nice touch that they gave us this little end table as well. So yes, we used the flossing picks. Yes, we ended up using the mosquito, this electric mosquito bite thingy. So one end it burns the bite, one end it sucks out the bite. So we did use that. This I got downstairs at Spotlight, or upstairs at Spotlight Karaoke, and it's a list of all the shows. So you got the show schedule, and then you have your stateroom attendance card here. There is another USB port here, and then you can manually turn these little night lights on and off by the bed, and this is the master switch, which leaves the night lights on for you. So that's kind of nice. Coming into the bathroom, you have a telephone in the bathroom, as well as one in the bedroom by the bed. You have the grab bars. I brought the portable bidet it got used. I brought my own little hanging shelf that came with the magnetic basket. That's a magnetic refrigerator basket, but I use it for storage space in the shower. Now, this shower did have not one but two of the soap dish holders, but depending on what you have, and you can see how wide the slats are, your stuff can easily fall through, like razors or whatever, or fall over or tip over instead of being upright. So that's why this comes in handy, even though it can sometimes have a little weight to it. So if you're flying, you may or may not want it, but it's, for me, a necessity. Then you have the two hooks here. You have your Salt and Breeze hair and body wash combo, another grab bar, your shower seat, and your shower head. Now, for hot water, this only goes this far. So you need to press this button down, and then now you can get it as hot as you like. It's just a safety barrier. But that's how you get hot water on the Icon class and any other ship that has that safety barrier for the hot water. You have another emergency call button right here. And then you have your sink, which is wider than the non-accessible rooms. And you have 1, 2, 3 shelves in the bathroom, which for us actually ended up being enough. Granted, we had this, we had that. So we did have our own extra storage space amenities that we brought. I did bring the sponge, which you keep, so it has dishwashing soap in there. I was able to use it to clean my cup, for example. And then it just goes back into the Ziploc bag for use on another trip or whatever, and to bring home. Did use the potpourri, have our toothpaste and stuff. Hand soap, that is an absolute necessity for me. It's like as soon as we get here, I want to pull out my hand soap. And then we have the room spray. This bathroom also is equipped with 2 AC volts in the bathroom, which the Icon class is. That's exclusive to the Icon class. The other ships do not have this outlet. They have an outlet for shavers only. And then I added this little magnetic hook here for my swimsuits, and you have your 2 towel bars. So that is it for room 4668 Unpacked. I'll show you what it looks like. The dry bag. This is what I took to every port. I use this because I don't have to worry about water or moisture or anything. And it's very lightweight. You can put a whole lot of stuff in there, but it's very lightweight on the back. It's a diving bag, so dry bag, diving bag. I'll put the link in the description for you. But this is what the room looks like unpacked, so that you know with storage space or lack of, when you pack, how your room will look when you are unpacked. And yes, I brought my own pillowcase and used that as well. So there you go. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you like this video and are interested in seeing more. As always, thanks for hanging with the Howards. Before we leave though, let me answer a couple of questions. Number 1, what side of the ship is room 4668? It is port side. So this is your view. We are at Coco Cay right now, but we went to St. Martin and St. Thomas, and for every port that we were at, we were on the side where we could see the ships next to us. For St. Thomas, you could see the port area itself, and for St. Martin, we could see the water and the ships that were across from us. We're in the hallway, down the hall from the casino. Do we hear noise? Is there smoking? We have the dining room here. Is there noise in the hallway? No, it is silent down there. You hear it? Listen. Nothing. I did hear imaginary kids like going on a roller coaster above us. So I don't know what room type is above us. I don't know if it was just kids. There are other rooms we've been in where you hear imaginary kids running, but it wasn't that bothersome. It wasn't like, oh, I need to call guest services. And that also could be just strictly because you have a family above you. It doesn't mean that you're going to get in this room and you're going to hear the same thing. But as far as noise, it's a very quiet room. A lot of times when you're booking a deck 3 or deck 4 room, you get a little hesitant because you're like, am I really gonna want to be that low to the water, that low to the ground? Yes. You don't know it until you've been in one of these deck 3 or deck 4 rooms. This room in particular is so convenient. It is so close to everything. The elevator is, when you come down the hallway, you are the second set of rooms from the elevator. You are very close to the elevator. Mind you, in between the elevator and the hallway is the stairwell. So that's another buffer for noise, external noise. Before you even get to that elevator area, you've got the stairwell and then you have the hallway. So it's very quiet. The casino is, again, right around the corner. You have the elevator, then they have a little hallway, then they have the casino. And all the, interestingly enough, usually the casinos, when you first enter, those are non-smoking areas. That's not the case with Icon. This is a smoking area right there when you enter the casino. But that smoke does not come out into the hallway to where the elevators are. You do not. People are not complaining about smelling smoke in the hallway where the elevators are. It's very well designed. Main dining, on formal nights in particular, you can have a whole lot of people at the dining time. So the 5 p.m., the 7 p.m., you can have a whole lot of people in the hallway. So you got a lot of noise in the hallway. You're not going to hear it in the room. So the gangway is on deck 2. You're so close to it. It's very convenient. In fact, look, that's one of the gangways right there. So when you come on that gangway, you just get on the ship and you can walk the stairs straight to your room. Straight to your room. And when it's time to get off the ship, when it's time for you to leave that room on disembarkation day, it can be a zoo full of people, and the elevators can be packed full of luggage and people and extremely slow. Even if you need the elevator because you have luggage, you are one deck below where the gangway is, where everybody's exiting at. So that's on deck 5, you're on deck 4. So by the time the elevators get to you, they're empty. So it is perfect. Like I said, you can be hesitant when you look at the deck plan and when you just think 3 and 4, but honestly, it's the perfect location. This room, I would book this room again, even over a balcony. And that's the truth, because this room was a great location. If you're a smoker, Cloud 17 is at the elevators, is directly above you. So you go to the elevators right outside the room, you have Cloud 17. Windjammer is on this end, Surfside's on this end, and access to Central Park are on this end. So you don't even have to walk that far. So I hope that answers most of the questions that you guys have and that you enjoyed this video. Now we're done.